I have another MEDIMOPS book haul. These are 3 different orders that I've just accumulated in the last couple of weeks because that's what I do. They have so many sales going on at the moment. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna show them to you in random order. I just have this random stack and I'm just gonna pick them up one after the other. The first one I have is Secrets for the Mad by Dodie. This is a memoir / little bit of self-help in there, written by Dodie Clark. She has a YouTube channel, she makes music, and I've been following her for many years, and I've been interested in this book because I just knew that like it had like art in there and it wasn't just text, it was like photos as well and like her lyrics with art. And so I don't know, I just really wanted to check it out. I have already read it, I talk about it in my March wrap up, but I'm very glad that I read it. And what I really love about getting used books is little gems like this. Someone had marked something in the book as important. I just really love finding things like that in used books, so that made me really excited. Then I have Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor, the UK hardcover with the sprayed edges. I really was very lucky with this one because this was one of those purchases that was a complete gamble. Sometimes it's hard to predict. Most of the times I end up getting the editions that I want to get and that are like on the picture and that are the right ISBN, but sometimes it's just not. So this could have been the US edition and it could have been this edition but without the sprayed edges. So I was really lucky with this one. I will probably never be able to get the UK hardcover of Strange the Dreamer, but I don't know, I saw this and I was like, this is my chance, and maybe someday Strange the Dreamer will be available used as well. I have already read this last year, really love this duology. I'm so glad I own this. Obviously, there's no haul without a Victoria Schwab book. I have the UK paperback of This Savage Song. I have the UK paperback of Our Dark Duet because I found it early in a bookstore when the book came out. Seeing it used, I was like, yeah, let's complete the set. It's what I do. Then I have Last Call at the Nightshade Lounge by Paul Kruger. This is another book that I have already read. This is a, I would say, new adult. For me, this is very much new adult. This is like the perfect new adult experience, and it is a fantasy book. It's like the cocktails and like stuff like that gives you like special powers. And it's like a super cool concept. I talk about this in my March wrap up too. It wasn't the best book that I've ever read, but it was enjoyable and really unique. So if you're looking for a unique urban fantasy, I would definitely recommend this. And definitely for the new adult stuff as well. Then I have The Weight of Zero by Karen Fortunati. I still don't know how to pronounce the name. I don't really remember what this is about, but I love this cover and I think it has something to do with mental illness, which obviously has me always very intrigued. So that's all I needed to know. I just love this cover. I'm really obsessed with this cover. Then I have Hunted by Megan Spooner. For a long time, I didn't want to pick this up because I don't really love Beauty and the Beast or care much about Beauty and the Beast retellings, but it has a bow on the cover. I just heard a lot of good things about it, and I think that it's the kind of YA fantasy that I will really enjoy if I just don't think too much about the fact that it's a retelling. And it was just really cheap, and I do really love the cover. Like the green is so vibrant, and yeah, I did it. You know what I mean? Like whatever. This is not one of those books that I will read very soon, but I have it. Then I have If We Were Villains by Mel Rio. Now this I had heard about, but it really only kind of was on my radar when Melanie read it. Was it in October when they did like the Friday-thon thing? I don't know. I just know that Melanie talked about it and really liked it, and it has something to do with theater. Like it's a thriller set in a theater setting, so that's obviously always very exciting to me, and that's really what intrigued me about it. That's all. Heard good things about it. So then I have Starflight by Melissa Landers. This is a YA science fiction that was recommended to me a while ago because I think this is space pirates. I think it might have a hate to love or enemies to lovers romance. Like I think that was why someone recommended it to me, because I wanted more hate to love and pirate stories. And like, yeah, this is space pirates, but still it's pirates, you know? Like, I love the normal pirates more, but space pirates is pretty great as well. But I'm not sure. Don't quote me on the hate to love romance. I'm not sure, but I do love this cover. It has a very nice feeling to it as well. And this hardcover was super cheap and it's in great condition, so I'm very happy. Then I have Wing Jones by Katherine Webber. This is, I believe, a UK YA release, although I'm not 100% sure, but I've mostly heard about this from my UK friends. I know it's a contemporary, has to do something with running. It's been a little while since I've heard people talk about it, but when people talk about it, it was always good things, and so I really wanted to read it. And look at those beautiful sprayed edges fitting together with the title. That is incredibly pleasing and satisfying, and it makes me very happy. Then I have The Nowhere Girls by Amy Reed. I don't really remember any specifics about this either. I think it's a YA contemporary. I had heard about this a lot and I was kind of like mildly intrigued by it, but not really. It was kind of like not that interesting to me compared to all of the other books that exist in this world. But then I heard that it's not only about just female friendships and girls, but there's apparently also queer girls in there and maybe even a female-female romance. So that obviously was the reason why I wanted to buy it. And I actually really like this cover. I know there's another cover that's cool too, but I really like this one. This is gonna get read very soon. Maybe I've already read it by the time this video comes out, actually. And the same also goes for When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Fletcher. This is Carrie's release that came out last year, and usually I read her releases like right after they come out, but because I didn't really love All That She Can See, the last release, I think I wasn't like too pumped about this. But, well, getting it used is obviously very exciting. Now, I have to say, this one, I did order it in not so good condition. Like, I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. But, these books are always so beautiful that now I'm like, if I love this, I probably will buy a new copy as well. What is really cool about this? Well, first of all, it's mostly the dust jacket that looks that way. The general inside looks pretty good, in very good condition actually, and in general, like if you take off the dust jacket, this is actually, it looks like new. So as always, it has something on the naked hardback as well, and always the pinky, which is kind of Carrie Fletcher's sign. And then there was like this strange sticker on the like title page, and I was like, why is there a sticker on it? And then I flipped to the other page and I saw, holy shit, there was a strange sticker because this book is signed. Holy shit, like, okay, yes, it says to Lisa, but I literally do not fucking care. I mean, it's close enough. We share 2 letters, you know. But I just cannot believe that I bought a used copy and it's signed. Like, I immediately took that sticker off and I was like, that is so cool. So I'm just really excited to own it. And yes, it's sad that the dust jacket is kind of dirty and beat up. And I also kind of don't want to touch it. But thankfully, when I read it, I take off the dust jacket anyway and everything is gonna be fine. You know, whatever. These are the things that you do for cheap books. Cheap signed books, what the fuck? Then I have Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. This is a book that Whitney from Witty Novels read kind of recently, and she just, the way she talked about it and what she said about it just had me really intrigued. I know she didn't like love it, but she definitely really enjoyed it, and I just really like the concept. This is about a woman who, I think it's historical fiction. She's born in 1910, and then when she dies, she lives her life over again, something like that, which is a storyline that I'm often intrigued by, but then rarely pick up. I can think of 1 other book, 2 other books I think that are on my TBR that have a similar storyline. 1 book that I just recently, a DNF, that had a similar storyline, but that one was not very well done. So, but yeah, it just, I don't know, it really intrigued me, and this was super cheap. It is like pretty long, it has like 450 pages, and like it's like a big book. It's just one of those books that I bought because I know eventually I will be interested in reading it, and I always strive to read more historical fiction because I really don't read enough, even though I do enjoy a lot of historical fiction. And yeah, I don't know. I picked it up and it will take a while until I actually read it, but I have it. And then finally I have Because You Love to Hate Me. This is edited by Amory, and it is this kind of collaboration between I don't even know how many authors and booktubers. Now, this is a book that I bought just because there's a couple of stories in here that I'm really interested by. This is a villain anthology and Victoria Schwab is in this. Like, that's honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, that's like the main reason. I would never have bought it new, but I do want to really read Victoria Schwab's story, and I also want to read Samantha Shannon's story, Nicola Yoon's story, Renee Adier, and potentially Susan Dennard's story. I will probably not read this whole book, definitely not in one chunk, and I also I'm not adding this to my TBR or anything. This is literally just a book that I now have in my collection, and I'm gonna read like Victoria Schwab's story very soon, and then whenever I feel like it, I'm gonna read any of the other stories. Yeah, I'm just Victoria Schwab trash, so that's that. These are all of the MEDIMOPS books. Oh, that's kind of heavy stack. These are all of the MEDIMOPS books that I bought recently. Look at this beautiful, it's a very colorful stack that looks very pretty. So yeah, I'm excited about a lot of these. I think usually I have like so many books that I've already read in the stack, and this time around I have quite a lot of books that I haven't yet read. So if there's anything in here that you really loved, that you really hated, I guess, tell me that as well. Or if there's anything you'd be very interested in hearing my thoughts about, then let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I make new videos every Wednesday and Sunday with occasional reviews on Friday, so click subscribe to never miss anything and hit the little bell so you get notified as well. And thank you so much for watching. I'll guess I'll see you soon. Bye!